Hi students, 12th Standard Accountancy, Chapter 3, Illustration Sum number 21. Arulappan and Nallaswamy are partners in a firm sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 4:1. On 1st January 2018, their capitals were 20,000 rupees and 10,000 rupees respectively. The partnership deed specifies the following. Let's see the first one. Interest on capital is to be allowed at 5% per annum. Listen. Give necessary journal entries and prepare profit and loss appropriation account for the year ending 31st December 2018. Assume that the capitals are fluctuating. So, what they asked, we are going to pass the journal entry, required journal entry for the given questions. Okay. The first one is interest on capital is to be allowed at 5% per annum. Listen here carefully. Assume that the capitals are fluctuating. Okay. So, we prepare the journal entry in fluctuating capital method. Okay, so interest on capital is to be allowed 5%. So Arulappan capital is 20,000 rupees and Nallaswamy capital is 10,000 respectively. So according to that, we are going to find out the interest on capital. Arulappan's capital is 20,000. So interest on capital is given in the question 5%. So 5% for 20,000 rupees is 20 is to be cancelled for this 20, remaining 200 into 5, 5 2s are 10, this 20 is to be added here. So Arulappan's interest on capital is 1,000 rupees and the Nallaswamy capital is 10,000 is given in the question. Interest on capital is 5% provided in the question. So 5% for 10,000 is 20 is to be cancelled for this 20, 100 into 5, 500 rupees. So what is the journal entry for interest on drawing for both the partners? Interest on capital for Arulappan and Nallaswamy. Listen, dated on 31st December 2018, Arulappan and Nallaswamy contributed capital into the business. Okay, so to contribute the capital into the business, on business point of view, they taken interest from the business to contributing capital. So on business point of view, interest on capital, for providing capital they take an interest. Okay, so on business point of view, interest on capital is an expenses, right? So interest on capital, so for that interest on capital is to be debited. Okay, so Arulappan capital interest on capital is 1,000 rupees and Nallaswamy's interest on capital is 500 rupees. Okay, so interest on capital both we have to add it. Interest on capital is 1,500 rupees. The narration is interest on capital at 5% provided. Okay, now immediately we have to transfer into interest on capital into the profit and loss account. Okay, what is the journal entry for transferring entry for interest on capital? It is on debit side. To transfer this interest on capital into the profit and loss account it is to be credited. So profit and loss appropriation account at 1,500 rupees to interest on capital account 1,500 rupees. Interest on capital account closed or transferred into the profit and loss account. Okay. The next question is interest on drawings are charged to Arulappan and Nallaswamy are 200 rupees and 300 rupees respectively. Listen, they have taken cash from their business for their personal use. Okay, so taken cash from their business for their personal use, we called the term is drawings. So they've taken drawings from their business, they have to provide the interest for taken drawing. So interest on drawing, they have to charge the drawing to the business. Okay, so interest on drawing for Arulappan is 200 rupees and Nallaswamy interest on drawing is 300 rupees. We have to pass the journal entry for interest on drawing. Listen here carefully. They are taken drawings from the business. Okay, so for that they have to provide, they have to charge the interest for taken drawing. Okay, so on business point of view, interest on drawing is the income, so it is to be credited. Okay, so Arulappan's capital is 200 rupees and Nallaswamy capital, why we have to write the capital? We have to assume the sum as the fluctuating capital method. So you have to use here Arlappan's capital, Nallaswamy capital, right? Okay, not write the current account. Okay, so Arlappan's capital is 200, Nallaswamy capital account debtor is 300 rupees. So interest on drawing, total interest on drawing is 500 rupees. What is the narration? Interest on drawing is charged. Okay, immediately we have to transfer that interest on drawing into the profit and loss account. So here interest on drawing is on debit side. Immediately we have to transfer into the profit and loss account. It is to be credited. Okay, so it is to be debited, from credit to debited. Okay, we transfer it to the profit and loss account. It is to be interest on drawing is on the credit side. It is to be debited. So interest on drawing account at 500 rupees to profit and loss appropriation account 500 rupees. Immediately we have to write the narration, that is interest on drawing account closed or transferred into the profit and loss account. Okay. Next one, the net profit of the firm before considering the interest on capital and interest on drawing, the amount is 18,000 rupees. So before charging the interest on capital and the interest on drawing, the net profit is 18,000 rupees. Okay. So what we have to do? For this 18,000 rupees net profit, we have to make the calculation. What are that? So what is a net profit? Net profit is before charging the interest on capital and before charging the interest on drawing, the net profit is 18,000 rupees. Right? Listen, as per the business point of view, the interest on capital 1,500 rupees is an loss. Why? Because Arlappan and Nallaswamy contribute the capital 20,000 and 10,000 respectively, right? So for providing capital, they take an interest from the business, 1,000 rupees and 500 rupees respectively. So 1,500 rupees according to the business, it is the loss. Interest on capital is a loss for the business. So we have to subtract this interest on capital from the net profit. You will get 1,500 subtracted from 18,000, you will get 16,500 rupees. Then they are taken drawing 200 and 500 respectively. They are providing interest on drawing 500 rupees to the business. On business point of view, the interest on drawing is the income. Profit on business point of view, it is the profit. Okay, interest on drawing is the profit. Okay, so we have to add the interest on drawing with 16,500, you will get 17,000 rupees. So what is the ratio they have given here? For this 17,000 rupees net profit, we are going to distribute the profit according to the ratio. The ratio is given in the question 4:1. Okay, so that means Arlappan is 4 and Nallaswamy is 1. Okay, so 4 plus 1 equal to 5. So 17,000 into 4 by 5 and Nallaswamy has 17,000 divided into 1 divided by 5. Okay, now we have to cancel it. So now we have to cancel it. Okay, so 1 5 is 5, 3 5s are 15, remaining 2. Okay, so 4 5s are 20. Okay, remaining 20 is here. Okay, so we have 3,400 into 4. Okay, so 4 4s are 16, remaining 1. 4 3s are 12 plus 1, 13, right? So 13,600 rupees. So Arlappan profit is as per the ratio 4, 13,600, and Nallaswamy's profit is as per the ratio. So listen, 1 5 is 5, 3 5s are 15, remaining 17 minus 15, remaining 2, right? So 20. 4 5s are 20, these 20 is to be added here. 3,400 into 1s are 3,400 rupees. So Nallaswamy's profit as per the ratio of 1 is 3,400. Okay, so Arlappan's profit is 13,600 and Nallaswamy's profit is 3,400. We have to pass the journal entry for their ratios. So profit and loss appropriation account are 17,000 rupees to Arlappan's capital account 13,600 to Nallaswamy's capital account 3,400. Profit transferred. Okay, Then they asked, they give necessary journal entries and prepare profit and loss appropriation account for the year ended 31st December 2018. So for that, so what is meant by profit and loss appropriation account? Listen, we pass the journal entries. Okay, so for this journal entries, we have the profit and loss account, transferred entries, right? Profit and loss appropriation account. Okay, here, here and here. So for that, we have to prepare the ledger account for the profit and loss appropriation account, from journal to ledger. So for like ledger, okay, so we have to write the heading, that is profit and loss appropriation account for the year ended 31st December 2018, debtor and creditor. The format is particulars on both the side, amount column also created. Okay, so let's see on question. We already have the net profit in the question. Before considering the interest on capital and the interest on drawing, we have the net profit. That means credit balancing figure. Okay, so we have to enter here by profit and loss account 18,000 rupees we have in the question. Okay, then where is the profit and loss appropriation account? Listen here, it is on debit side 1,500 rupees. Okay, in opposite entry, what is the opposite entry? Interest on capital. So we have to write on debit side to interest on capital account. Whose account? Arlappan's account and Nallaswamy account 1,500 rupees. And then where is profit and loss appropriation account? Here we have. Okay, so it is on credit side. What is the opposite account from the profit and loss appropriation account? Interest on drawing. Okay, so on you go to credit side, you have to write the opposite account here like ledger. Okay, remind it. So by interest on drawing account, or whose interest on drawing? Arlappan and Nallaswamy's account 200 and 300 entered. Okay, then where is profit and loss appropriation account? Here it is on debit side. So you go to debit side. What is the opposite account from profit and loss account? Arlappan's capital account and Nallaswamy capital account. We have to enter as per the ratio we already calculated. Okay, 13,600 rupees and 3,400 rupees respectively we entered here. Now we have the same total on both debit and credit side, 18,500, 18,500. Okay, do you have any doubt? Please comment it on the comment box. Thank you. Take care. Please subscribe my channel.